Hey guys, it's Ashton, and today is the 2nd of July. I just woke up, but today is my top surgery revision. I stayed in a travel lodge in Hull last night, as you can see by the background, and I am being admitted today at 5 PM in the Spire, but I'm only a day case, so I'm not going to be staying in at all, so don't really know what's happening and what's really going on there. Trust me to have my top surgery revision where it's like a 30-degree heat wave, so it's bloody boiling at the moment. Look how like a nice day it is. It's like 10 AM. I've just had a shower and I thought I'd show you what my chest looks like now before my revision, just for, you know, comparison. So this is how I look, blah blah blah. So there's the dog ears. So there's one here and there's one here. I don't really know what to expect from this revision, to be honest. Like, people have revisions but they don't really talk about it, so I have no idea what's happening. Like, do I go to theatre? Like, how are they cutting me open? What's that going on with this local anaesthetic? Honestly, like, it hasn't hit me yet that I'm getting my revision later. Like, I don't know, I just haven't had the time to think about it between being so busy at work and having like results come up for uni, and I don't know, it hasn't just come into my brain, and it hasn't yet either, so I think I'm gonna be fine until I actually get there. Well, I've just checked in the Spire. There's someone having surgery before me, so I'm not going down for like a couple of hours, and I'm pretty sure this guy who commented on my video the other week, so good luck. Don't die. Oh, I've just been given my hospital band. It's red because I'm allergic to pineapple. Just filled up all my forms. I'll give you a room tour now. So here I am in my little bed, and I have like a nice gown to put on, but I don't have to put on the pants this time. So Mr. Nisho drew on me too, and this is where he is like tucking my doggies in apparently. So here and here. So he's not doing like a full-on like tuck, it's like a little tuck. So literally he's booked theatre for half hour, which includes cleaning time, so I'll literally be in and out, but it's just the waiting part that's screwing me over a bit now.
Looking good, Ashton.
Have you got my slippers in? You see the slippers, boy? Slippers. I know, I'm a fashion blogger, right? Legit just come out of surgery in a wheelchair. I'll update you later. Don't I like fetching? Yeah. Goodbye, Spire. I'm done. It is the next day, so it's the 3rd of July, the day after my revision. I didn't update what actually happened on my revision yesterday like I intended to, because literally I did not get home till 2:30 this morning, so I have been sleeping. So now I'm awake, I've had a shower, and now I am ready to share my experience of my revision with you. I'm probably going to count this as like my 11 months post-op video, because my 11 months post-op's in like 4 days, something like that, and also you're not going to be able to see much. It's like, it's the same because I have like dressings on, but we'll get all into that. So yeah, but when I arrived at the hospital, they told me that there was someone else having their actual surgery, like full-on top surgery, before mine. And usually with Mr. Nisho, he does like the day cases first. That's why I didn't anticipate being so long. I wasn't too happy about that, because I was more stressed about the fact my dad had to drive us like 4 hours home, so that was why I was a bit about that. I think I went down about 8ish, something like that, and I walked to theatre with the anaesthetist, and she was so lovely, and she remembered me from last time. She was like, "You the one who we didn't have slippers for and you had to wear your Vans to theatre, wasn't it?" I was like, "Yeah." And she said, the first thing I said when I woke up in recovery was, "Did you bring my shoes? Because it's the only pair I've got with me." So yeah, so she was lovely. So I walked to theatre with her. It was like a maze. And as soon as like I went through a certain set of like double doors, everything just went freezing. I wasn't nervous, I don't think, until like I got to the hospital, and then I was fine again. And then I think as I literally walked into theatre. So I walked into theatre, Mr. Nisho was there, this other guy was there, I can't remember his name, this woman was there, and then the anaesthetist. And there was literally like this bed in the middle of a massive room with all like sides. It's kind of like what you see on the TV. I lied down on the bed, and They took my dressing gown off, and like I just pulled like my hospital gown down a bit, and I lied on a bed, and then literally they pulled the arms out, so I had to like put my arms out like this, so I was literally like sprawled out on the table like a frog about to be dissected. So they were all just talking to me, they were lovely, and they started off with like rubbing all this antiseptic stuff all over my body, which was absolutely freezing, but it was nice. Then the part that I knew was going to be the worst happened, where I had local anaesthetic. So if you don't know what local anaesthetic is, it's basically they inject certain places of your body and all of that part goes numb. So he injected all my sides here and like some of the front, and I wasn't able to see this, like, because I was lying down, I was just like there, like I had my eyes open but I couldn't see because of the angle. So that was the worst part, and I gotta admit it wasn't even that bad. Like, you know when you go to the dentist and have injections in your mouth, that is worse. And I gotta say, having my Numbedo injection is worse than that. I think it's because there's like a like fatty tissue there, it's not so bad like going in. And then they stuck all like the paper on you, you know, like when you see people having operations and you have this old paper and just the body part they cut it open. Yeah, so they stuck that on me, and I didn't know they actually stuck it on you. So they stuck that and they put one by my neck, and that was like pretty chill. I had a pillow behind me as well. And then they stuck this like massive circle pad thing on my leg that I had like a wire on, which was a freezing cold pad. And I think it was to stop the electrodes going through my body when they were doing like lipo and stuff, which I will get into a bit more. So that was basically me all prepped on the table, ready for surgery. So this is when the revision actually happened. So all of a sudden, Mr. Nisho was like to this guy, "Can I have the 0.5 blade?" And I'm like, what? Like, I'm fine, but no, if like someone had a weak stomach, no, at that point, no, when they hear the word blade, I was just, in my head, I was just like laughing to myself, like, if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry. He was explaining to me everything he was doing as he was doing it, which was great. So he was like, right, I'm doing the cutting now. I was literally like a biology lesson. So he started cutting me, and I won't lie, I couldn't feel it. Like, I could feel him moving me and stuff, but I couldn't feel it at all. No pain. So he did his cutting, and then he had this, he was cutting out the dog ears, and then he said, oh, this buzzing noise is just like to stop the bleeding. So this is why I had that pad on my leg. It was to stop me basically getting electrocuted. So he was doing that, and I couldn't, it took about like 5 minutes like for him to do all of that, and then he stitched me up. So he did like one side at a time. So then he stitched me up, and that was a weird feeling because I could feel him like kind of like threading through, as in like pulling my skin. Like, it wasn't painful, only certain parts I could kind of feel it, but it wasn't like excruciating pain. It was just like, like a little pinch, I suppose. So I could like feel him like, you know, like sewing me up. And the guy that was with him was so decent as well. Like, we were all just like having a chat when I was getting cut open, just talking about like his NHS work and just general chit chat and all of that. And that guy was so hilarious. He was like, right, he was like, this side, he was like, I'm just looking packer. He was like, we'll get this side. And then he looked at my other side and he was like, yes, just looking packer. So he put all the dressings on me then. Pain length, I'd probably say like this side hurt less than this side, but this side didn't really hurt. It was just, I don't know, maybe some bits wasn't as numb as others. So he was like, right, I'm gonna give you like loads of dressings. So he gave me like, again, like 8 of these clear things, which I will show you in a minute. And then I got up and he was like, right, the other guy now, not Mr. Nisho, he was like, right, I'm gonna give you a little wash now, because there was like antiseptic probably everywhere, but blood everywhere. So I just sat up on the bed and he was just giving me like a little bath on my back and my sides, and then I was all good. And then they brought me a wheelchair. I didn't expect to have a wheelchair. Like, I was completely fine, so I was very excited for this ride in the wheelchair. I've never been in the wheelchair before. It was quite excited. That guy like wheeled me to my room. He was like bloody speeding, and Mr. Nisho gave me a sick note for 2 weeks, which I'm not using because I've just started a new job and I don't really do heavy lifting anymore. So yeah, we just won't use that. I got in my room and they were like, right, we're gonna try and like sort your discharge out quite quick, because we know you have like a long way to go. The nurse left to go get me a drink, and I literally put my shorts and vest back on to be like, right, goodbye hospital gown. So I just sat there for about 10-15 minutes waiting for my discharge, and then they all come in, like sign me off, ready to go, and give me all my paper, and off I went on my way. And that was my revision over. Literally, I was in theatre for about 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So it was a pretty decent experience. Like, it was strange, but it was cool at the same time, because like, how many people can say they've been awake for like slice and dice? So I will show you, I'll have to stand up now, my chest. Well, I'm kind of sitting down. So here is my left side. He took the scar back more to remove the dog ears, and to be fair, if you look at it, it hasn't got this puffy bit anymore, and I'm very pleased with that. And then this side, oh, my table's in the way now, is the same. I don't know if this is the incision bit or it's just a bit of blood, but the same thing. And you can see like the puffing is not as much anymore, which I'm pretty pleased with. These dressings is the ones I just showed you, and I've got to keep the ones I've got on for 10 days, and then they give me 8, but I don't really know what for. Maybe I just got to keep using it till they run out. I'm gonna take it for that. But I don't know if you can see, like I've got like proper stitches, like dissolvable stitches underneath these, and I've also got, if you can see here, steri strips. So I think they just whacked a pack on me for the fun of it. But I can shower normally, he said, but don't get the dressings like drenched. They're waterproof, but he said they're not really that waterproof. But I had a shower this morning and I was fine. No swimming for 4 weeks, or no heavy lifting for 4 weeks. And usually he'd have me back in 6 months for like a post-op, but he said I can just send him pictures because I live so far away. So I will just like show you my chest now at 10 months post-op. Here's my chest 10 months post-op, and here's where I have my revision. My scars are looking good. Mr. Nisha complimented my scars. He was like, yeah, whatever you've done to these ones, do to the new ones. And I'm like, yeah, didn't really do much. With this nip, I explained my issues. I was like, what's going on, you know? But he said, like, it's just that with the pigment didn't like take so well. So I asked him about the tattooing, and he said he does cosmetic tattooing himself, but it wouldn't be very good for me having it because cosmetic tattoo isn't permanent apparently. It's like an upkeep. So he said if you're gonna do it, go with like a proper tattooist. So I'll have a bit, and then I'll maybe look into that, and I might like email him and ask him for his recommendations, because I don't just want to go like to my tattooist up the road, be like, yeah, can you like tattoo my nip on? That is my revision done and dusted, and I hope you found this kind of insightful for those who are having a revision or are interested in how like surgery revisions work, because I knew nothing. Literally, I didn't even know I was having a hospital room at the point. So yeah, that is my experience. So thanks guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.